And I'm wondering if we are live. I will just scroll down on my page and it looks like we may well be live. So, guys, super excited. Bit of an impromptu workshop that we're putting on. Me and AJ chatted first time about 2 months ago. Anyone who is watching this on Facebook, and anyone who wants to learn how to take their online business, you definitely need to be listening in for about the next 40 minutes. I'm sure, AJ, everyone knows who you are, but I remember when I kind of started online, it seemed like you were one of the guys that lots of people talked about. It seemed like you were one of the guys that kind of early adopters. So that's kind of why I'm excited to have you on and to chat. We've chatted before as well. A lot of my kind of guys that I have on Facebook, a lot of them want to go online. They're fit pros. So we're going to go through I think we're just going to freestyle a little bit. We're going to chat. We're going to kind of pick your brains, I guess. Guys, if anyone is listening, what I'd really encourage is any questions, any feedback, any thoughts. Like, this is a great opportunity for us all to speak to someone who's built themselves, which is something that I think is awesome as well. AJ, that you've done this yourself as well. So I ain't going to go on for too long. AJ, just if anyone doesn't know who you are, I'm sure they do, but give us a bit of a kind of, tell me your story. Tell me just a couple of minutes of where you started, kind of what's happened all the way up till now, the success you've had.
Yeah. So I was born a baby boy, about 8 pounds, 6 ounces. How far back do we go?
I was going to say, now look at you. I'll tell you what, let's start with, I don't want to go back to the whole struggle too much. Let's start where things started getting good. So, we've all been in the fitness game. We've kind of all had that struggle and we've heard it all before. You tell me, let's be positive. When did things start turning around for you?
Yeah, I would say the year 2010 is where things started turning around because I discovered this secret. And the secret is called direct response marketing. And I was so clueless because I ran my fitness business with zero website, no knowledge about marketing or sales. I was just hoping on referrals. People were coming in. I don't know what I was doing. I was selling sessions, So once I discovered how to harness marketing, that's when my whole life changed.
Awesome, man. I read that from someone as well. And I just think it's interesting. So I remember watching your webinar. One of the things that really jumped out to me, first of all, is you kind of really straight away almost, it was like, we need to shift self-image of, well, you didn't say self-image, but this is kind of what I take, of what we are. And I think a lot of people, if I ask the question that I'm a PT, and you were straight away in there saying, you need to decide what you are. It's like, are you a PT or are you also a business owner? So is that the kind of shift that you say you had?
Yeah, absolutely. I talked very deep about identity and importance of identity being the core element of success. And I would say that I shifted my identity from a personal trainer who marketed himself to a marketer who sold personal training. Huge distinction.
Awesome. That was what, 5 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah, about 7 years ago. That's when I really started to get the wheels turning.
So you must have been one of the really early guys making it online. Just give me an idea of I know things have changed a little bit in the marketplace now, but any PTs that are listening to this, they're probably, especially ones that are doing 30, 40 hours a week, successful, making good money, perhaps maybe working a few too many hours. What do you sort of see as maybe the misconceptions that maybe keep them there? The struggles, the shifts that they could make to actually start to go and, have a better balance between work and life and enjoying themselves?
Yeah. It's a great question, because, of course, when it comes to, let's say, taking your business to the next level, it's marketing, sales, mindset, systems, technology, scaling. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you have to learn. So I will admit, when I first got into this, I was extremely overwhelmed. It was like, how do I find the time to study and implement and train my clients and do the customer service, spend time with my family, my friends, So I think that, of course, there's going to be this initial period that you're taking in so much knowledge, and perhaps you go into what I struggle with, analysis paralysis, So this marketing is awesome, but where do I start? What do I do first? And for me personally, What has helped me tremendously back then at the time, I think it was 2009 when I hired my first mentor. His name is Chris McCombs. You may know him. He's a classic dude in the industry. We're still actually connected on Facebook. But I found that having him on my side simplified everything, because I was in this place of like overwhelmed with all this information. And he was able to kind of like simplify for me at the time. And he said, AJ, just do these things. I did the action steps. And I found at that point in time that I actually work my best when I'm being coached by someone. Awesome.
So AJ, we got some people on. We've got some, I'm going to encourage everyone to give us some questions as much as possible. So we're getting some, hello guys. Hey AJ, hey Tim. Hi. Analysis paralysis had me frozen for a few weeks now. So I guess they're kind of feeling that pain as well. So I guess back then it kind of leads us up to kind of where you are now. So if someone's, in that situation where they're like, I kind of want to go online, they are in that analysis paralysis. What would you say are like the key things? If your guys come in, they come into your program, if you were to pick like 2 or 3 things that are the keys to making it success, maybe not just tactics and strategy, but I know we've spoken a lot on mindset and that kind of stuff, the bigger picture stuff. So what would be sort of 3 big lessons that you would give them?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first big lesson that I would give is just the understanding that you get paid by adding value to the marketplace. Wise man Jim Rohn says that if you want to make more money, you just have to add more value. So I feel that to get out of that analysis paralysis, you want to be in a place where you're constantly giving, helping people, adding value. So many people are like, oh my God, like, where do I start? Facebook ads? Do I do a webinar? Do I build an email autoresponder? I'm like, no, just start right now with the people that you have in front of you. Let's say your email list, your social media followers, just add a ton of value to them, help them, serve them, entertain them, make them laugh, right? Just give them something where their life is better as a result of you in it. Okay. So I would say that the more value that you could add, the more valuable you become in the marketplace. And when you become valuable, you get paid a lot of good money. So a lot of people don't understand that, if they're not making money, they're not very valuable to the marketplace, right? If we look at just like any industry, if you look at, let's say, here in the States, we have what's called a janitor. I don't know if you guys have that over there.
Yeah, we call them cleaners, but yeah, we get that.
Essentially, anyone could be a janitor, right? A high school kid could be a janitor, clean toilets, whatever the place is. The marketplace does not value that very much. And then you have on the other end of the spectrum, a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Okay. So one gets paid thousands, the other gets paid tens of millions. Okay. Well, why is that? Because one person has a lot of value that they're adding to the marketplace. They're a very valuable person. If they could go to any business or industry and make money, scale the business up, grow the brand per se. So your job as an entrepreneur, business owner, value creator is to constantly give and to help people. And that way you become more valuable to the marketplace.
Awesome. So I guess kind of sometimes at this point, sometimes people are a little bit afraid of putting themselves out there, of like, maybe they're sitting there and watching and they feel like they've got value and they feel like they're great at what they're doing. But there's always some trepidation, I guess, of really kind of putting yourself out there. Would you have any advice for that? Because I think it happens a lot, especially maybe in this industry, because we're all doing it because we want to help people, but sometimes it kind of holds us back as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. And actually something that I've struggled with for many years. And that was a fear of what other people thought about me. People will see me now on video and they're like, wow, this guy's pretty charismatic. He's confident. He doesn't mess up. But many people don't know this. I actually stuttered for the first 20 years of my life. I had a serious speech impediment. And I always had this shyness about me that it was very difficult to be in public situations and speak. When I was starting my online journey, I knew intuitively that I had to put out videos. So I remember I did my first video about 10 years ago. It's 2007, a YouTube video. And it was a 3-minute video about a fitness tactic. And I struggled with that video. Literally took me about 100 takes. I kept on messing up over and over. I was second guessing myself. And finally, I was fed up because it was like 3 a.m. that I was trying to publish this damn video, finish it. I started taking shots of vodka, you know.
So is that the advice? Just get some vodka down.
That's what I had to do, because I was like, I'm not going to go to sleep and not finish this video, you know. But it was so difficult. It took me hours and hours and a few shots of vodka to do this video. It's actually up on YouTube if you want to see it. I got a kind of buzz on it, you know.
I'm gonna Google it.
However, I sucked probably the first 100 videos I put out. You know, I kept on messing up. I didn't have the delivery. I wasn't really telling stories. I was very monotone, you know, but of course I knew that videos is going to take my business to the next level. So I committed. And now, you know, thankfully I can do them very easily in one shot. I do a video every single day. I put it out on my social media. Since 2007, I've done 1,000 videos, you know, so doing 1,000 videos, that practice, that mastery makes it a lot easier. So it's knowing that, of course, when you're first starting out, you're going to have those fears of what people think of you, or you're going to feel that, hey, I sound really weird on camera. I don't like the way I look. I used to hate watching myself on video. Now I actually enjoy it. Not because
we had that chat, didn't we? And I asked you, I was like, is it a bit weird sometimes if you watch your own webinars? I felt better when you said, nah, it's all good.
Yeah, I think you start to like enjoy yourself, because, you know, I'm not really just a fan of my own ego, but it's who I became in the process, you know, because I could look back on that YouTube channel and I'm like, oh my God, I suck so bad. And I was up all night drinking vodka to finish this damn 3-minute video. Now I could do it in a heartbeat. So it's always good to look back on where you started and how far you've come.
Man, that is awesome. And I didn't know that as well. I didn't know that. I think anyone's watching, you know, to be able to hear from someone like you that I suck that much, and you know, okay, it's 10 years later, but things are working out quite well from what we've chatted about.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Just one thing I wanted to touch upon, Tim, because I was a speaker at a phenomenal seminar, the North Cal Fitness Summit last weekend, and there was a person, Scott Rawcliffe. He gave a presentation about video, especially Facebook, and he said in the next 3 years, Facebook will be 90% video. Okay. Wow. So that's another reason. If you're not doing video, start taking those shots, do whatever it takes, get those videos out there, because over the next 20, 30 years of just the technology-based world and social media, video is going to be number one.
So is that kind of a takeaway for anyone who's watching this, and perhaps kind of, you know, we understand why, is just to start doing some videos on Facebook, right? Like we're doing.
Hey, we can set it out a challenge for whoever's watching this, you know, to put out a video by the end of the month. November 1st is 2 weeks away. So listen, that's what a friend of mine challenged me back then. And I stayed up at night doing it. And if you're not doing videos, or if you haven't done a video in a long time, this is a challenge to you.
Awesome, man. I love that. So let's kind of, there's probably a lot of people, and we're getting some hey again from Gary. Oh, one of my clients. Hey, Tim. Hey, AJ. Guys, do me a favor. Like, if you feel that that anyone that you know, any of your mates, I'm sure we've all got friends on Facebook, could benefit from hearing some of this stuff. Like, it's a great opportunity for me, but for everyone listening. So do feel free to give us a share. And if you kind of feel like you want to give us is it thumbs up, isn't it, or a smiley face, or heart?
We like hearts.
Growly. Hearts are good. Or a growly face if you feel like you want to do that as well. We won't take offense. So I guess there's going to be some people. Here's what I like. What I found really refreshing about kind of what you do. By the way, I think when your names have been mentioned, I've not heard anything negative, which I think is a really good place to be in this marketplace, because there's lots of good and lots of bad. So look, we're getting loads of hearts now. We're getting loads of hearts. Let's say someone's watching this and they're already doing online and they're already doing decent. Because one of the things that, you know, that I thought was fantastic when I watched your webinar is the fact that you've gone from a dude who was working in a gym, like most of us all started, to a place where you're actually turning over like proper money online, which is not the norm. And, you know, all the way up to 7 figures online, which is awesome. And, you know, and then helping other people do it. So let's say we've got some people online, they're on here, they're already doing online. They're already making some okay money. but they want to really, really step it up. And they want to maybe go either fully online or start to get past that. And I don't know where you see it, AJ. I always see there's like a ceiling, and sometimes people just can't seem to get out of there. What would be your kind of advice for those guys? Because you've obviously done it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is another challenge that I overcame, was the ability to value myself as an online trainer as opposed to a personal trainer, because for many years I developed this skill set where people are in front of me, I can inspire them, I can move them, and they just love being trained by me. So when I was building an online business, a lot of inner negativity was coming up that, people don't see the same value online. They're not going to buy the same prices. They only want you to train in person, all these limiting beliefs. And then I said to myself, you know what, like, this is not going to help me because, there's people out there that are doing really well online. Why not me? Why am I having all these mind games? So I could say that it wasn't really a tactic or a strategy in marketing per se, but it was more of a mind ritual. So every single day I would look in front of my mirror in the morning when I woke up, and I would say, I am the best online trainer in the world. I get my clients the best results. People love my online programs. I'm a transformation expert. I would say this over and over and over and over again. And I realized that after a few days, my subconscious mind kicked in. And then all of a sudden, when I would show up on video, I was more confident. When I was writing my emails, it was coming from a different place. And when I was creating my programs, I put so much more heart and soul into it because I had to believe in myself first in order for others to believe in me as well.
I love that. I can just imagine you doing that in the morning. Really saying it and meaning it as well.
It's a good thing I live by myself.
Yeah. My girlfriend would come in, what the hell are you doing? So one thing that I always sort of pick up at the moment of kind of a few fears of going online is like lots of people, and I think the reason I'm asking you this is because you've been in the game probably longer than most. Back in the day, you certainly wouldn't have said one of the struggles with the online world is that it's saturated. I mean, it clearly wasn't. So kind of, what's your take on that? The online world, is it saturated? Is it not? What's kind of going to happen? We're not like, predictors of this stuff, but what do you see as the big opportunity to, over the next couple of years for PTs that want to go online and how they can really stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest opportunity is the exponential growth in technology. So as we know that over the past 10 years, technology has grown super duper fast in all elements, from smartphones to wearable technology to virtual reality, right? So in the next few years, we're going to see the advent of virtual reality personal trainers, So literally being able to train your clients when they put on their VR headsets. Facebook is rolling out augmented reality, meaning that you could have a personal trainer just pop up in your physical living room. This stuff is crazy, but this is how the world is changing, right? Just we look at like the Fitbit and different apparatus that we walk around with, so it is the best time in the world to get into online training because of this growth of technology and the ability for people to train from the comfort of their homes or their offices or a hotel room. So it's number one, staying up with the trends of technology. Number two, positioning yourself as a specific go-to expert. Okay. Now the saturation comes because so many people go for this general weight loss, general muscle building. I help everyone. I help people lose weight, gain muscle. Doesn't matter if you're a 5-year-old boy or an 80-year-old woman. I could help you. Okay. When you help everyone, you reach out to no one. Okay. Yeah. So it's the ability to be a specialist, and you've done this quite well. You're a specialist in every single market that you focus on, and you understand that you get paid more for being a specialist than a generalist. So it's really starting to dial in your specific target market and position yourself as a go-to expert. Okay. That's going to help you. And the third thing is understanding human emotion. Okay. So the first thing we said was understanding the growth of exponential technology. Number two is positioning yourself as a go-to expert. 3 is 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, the technology will change. Maybe we'll be sleeping with robots. All this stuff's going to happen. However, human emotion will never change. So it's understanding direct response, marketing, copywriting, storytelling, because the way you're going to stand out in the saturated crowd is because of your personality and your ability to take people on an emotional roller coaster. People buy because of emotion. People are moved because you touch something within them that no one else has ever done before, right? Maya Angelou said it best. People will forget what you said or what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So this ability to go on this technology, press a button, take people on this emotional roller coaster and inspire them into action is amazing. And the more you capitalize on that, the further up you'll go in this marketplace.
I love that. I remember I went to see a guy speak once actually on that. And I got so excited when I got home, and I ended up booking 2 days with him. And then my missus was like, what did he say? And I couldn't remember anything that he had said. And I was like, do you know what? I actually don't know. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, and then I had to think about it. And it was just the way he, like you say, the way he made me feel. And I can't even remember. I was just excited. And that was what he was really good at. So I like that. We're getting kind of a few hays as well. Guys, give us some questions if you've got anyone. Charles's feedback saying, 7 billion people on the planet. I doubt it's saturated. I kind of think that we kind of know that. So you made it big in the stay-at-home mums niche, which I think, by the way, if anyone's watching, a lot of people think that online training is not as good as personal training, right? That's always a bit of a challenge. And I always think that niche is fantastic because these don't have a choice. It's a benefit over a negative. So I find, and I don't know if you do as well, like there's still a fear of being a specialist. There's still something that seems to hold people back from actually going all in and doing that. So do you have any advice for them? Do you kind of understand why that's there and what someone could do perhaps to move through that?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I jump into that, I just want to touch on one thing because, the advent of the internet in the, late 90s allowed us to go into the information age. And now we're just literally saturated with information, right? So information is not it's not the thing that's going to get you to the next level, but I feel we're going to go into the transformation age, right? The ability to inspire people, to move them, to take them through feelings, because we have virtual reality, we have this new technology, wearable devices, so we have so much control over our clients from a distance, right? So in saying all this, you want to be a specialist in a specific type of transformation, right? Because I'll give you an example. Just, the more specialized you go, the faster your success grows. Okay. So even like my own business, Online Super Coach, right? It's primarily focused on helping people with an online fitness business. However, I would say that 30% of my clients are life coaches, dating coaches, real estate agents. It's this broad generalist market. Even though I do not market to them, none of my copy speaks to them, but you still attract them anyway, right? So it's knowing that even though you are a specialist, you're going to get different types of clients as well, but they'll have like a newfound level of respect for you. A great example here in the States is, a general doctor and a brain surgeon. Okay. What's the big difference between those two? General doctor, you can pretty much go to any town and find one. They'll take anyone and they get paid around 6 figures, right? A brain surgeon gets paid 7 figures because they focus on this really small part of the body, but that allows them to have a whole different level of positioning, So the point I'm saying is you will attract more people as opposed to rejecting people as a specialist.
I like that. And by the way, I'd share that as well. One of the things that I kind of share with people that I speak to, like I became well known for working with brides, but I actually at that point also attracted a reasonable amount more other people because they saw me as like a spec. And I'd get messages saying, look, I'm not a bride, but would you work with me? And sometimes, if they were the right fit, then we would have that conversation. So I guess there's still a fear of what do you think is the fear of doing it? Why does someone not just go, you know what? I'm listening to AJ. The dude's done awesome stuff. He's done 7 figures. He's helped a lot of people make lots of money. He's probably right, but they still don't go and do it.
Yeah. So It is overthinking, right? Overthinking is what kills you, because this uncertainty of like, what do I do? What target markets do I focus on? How do I brand myself? What website logo should I pick? What's the color of my font? Overthinking, majoring in minor shit, So as I mentioned, the greatest thing you could give to someone is a transformation. So focusing on that, giving, adding value, right? So even just like initially thinking about the areas that you're super passionate about, right? I call it your superpower. What is your superpower, right? What pain do you want to heal in the world? So just start out with your content. It doesn't cost anything to create content on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, to your email list. Just put out your best content that is transformation-based content. And one thing you will see is that when you're putting out great content, when you're giving people results, helping them without asking for money, all of a sudden people start raising their hands, And when they start raising their hands, then your target market starts to appear. And you realize like, wow, this group of people specifically loves me. And then the next thing they do is they take their credit card out of their wallet or their purse. And once they vote with their dollars, then you really know. So it's the ability to create these transformations, right? Through your content, through the person you are, just by helping and serving people, and then realizing who raises their hand, who likes your stuff, who follows you on social media, and who pays you ultimately. And then start to look at the trend. I'm always taking data. I mean, I recently put out a post, what is one word that you use to describe me? Okay. Because I want to know for the people that follow me, that would take the time out to share what that word is. What do I mean to people? But also I'm looking at all the people, I have a seminar next week. I have over 100 people coming in. Now, if I take the data from all the people that invested to come to my seminar, I'm going to see a lot of trends, so it's just putting out your best content, focusing on transformation, serving, giving, and then look at the people that raise their hands or the people that invest in you, and start to look for the patterns.
I love that, because and again, like, that kind of, I'll only agree with that. Like, I always get people saying, well, I want to do the bride stuff, but I don't know any. And I'm like, yeah, but people start to find you. Like, they start to, and it's, I'm not a big one on the whole kind of law of attraction thing and all that kind of stuff. But they do, opportunity does start coming your way because of exactly what you said. I think that, I don't know where you start, but I remember in gyms that I worked in Fitness First, you'd have a profile board and it would be like, I'm a specialist in 10 things. It would be like rehab, muscle gain, weight loss, cardio. And I'm just like, oh my God. And one of the first things that I did when I started to understand marketing was like, I'm a specialist in female weight loss. And that was it. And people started like approaching me that happened to be females that wanted to lose weight as well. So I think that's kind of, I would agree with that. It's like, put your kind of stick in the sand. This is who I am. And you do get those people starting to approach you, whether it's the busy businessman or the stay-at-home mums, etc. So that's awesome. Just getting some feedback. So someone is, look, it's awesome. Like, someone's saying overthinking is my own personal curse. I think we've all been there as well, by the way, Charles. So, and someone's just saying overthinking, majoring in my minor shit. So true. Tell us about what you're up to then. Tell us about kind of what's happening in the next month or so for you, kind of how people can find out a bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing that I just love doing for people is to create simple systems for them to follow through on. So one thing that I've been working on lately is actually a 5-day challenge. It's a free 5-day challenge that people can go through a 5-day process and understand what is their ideal target market, what is the ideal business they want to build, how they want to serve people, how to even get clients online, and even a sales process to sell higher end online coaching. So I've been working really hard on this 5-day challenge. I've been testing it over the past year, but that is really what I'm focused on to serve people, because everything that I said here, I want to live by example. I want to be a person who gives, who does stuff for free to get a person to transformation, to be like, listen, this is something that I want to give you. If you find value in it and you want to work with me, then we can. If not, totally cool. Here's something to make your life better. So my 5-day challenge is really kind of like my heart and soul over the past year in really putting that out into the world.
Awesome. And is that available now? Can people get on that now? How
Yeah, absolutely. If you go on my website, onlinesupercoach.com, you'll see on the top left, free 5-day challenge. Earn your first $1,000 in online income in less than a week. So the cool thing is that I've tested this before I even created this whole challenge. I tested it through some Facebook groups and some lives, and I got a ton of people that made $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for free just using this process. So it's something that I want people to take advantage of. If you go to my website, onlinesupercoach.com, you'll see it, 5-day challenge. Add your email.
Could we get a link for that, AJ? Could we get a link for that in the comments?
Absolutely.
We'll get it, guys. We'll get it organized after the call to make sure that you can just click in that, and that's a free challenge for them.
Yeah, free challenge to, number one, set up your initial organic marketing system, set up your warm up and sales process, and then third, to start to realize how you want to serve your clients through the technology, through online coaching, through live events. There's a multitude of different ways to go about it, but it's something that I'm just really putting a lot of time and effort into. I've been testing it over the past year, and I just want to give something to people just because, people have that overwhelm, overthinking. Just give me 5 days of your life, go through this challenge, and I want to give you a huge win. And then once you get that win, then it creates the momentum for you.
I love that, guys. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we're getting some thank yous. I would hope we get some thumbs up and some love hearts for that anyway. So I'll just drop my pen. We're just getting some hey. Someone's giving some feedback. Ed saying my profile board said I was a specialist in everything. Guys, if in your kind of mind that's the kind of vision that you get for what you're putting out as copy or content or emails or the free videos you put out, think about it. If that's what you're doing, it's like I work with everyone with I think Paul Mort says wallet and a pulse. That might be a really good place to start the 5-day challenge. So that's awesome. We're getting some thank yous as well. I'm not going to let you go, AJ, without just at least giving us at least a minute or so about what you're doing next weekend. I put a couple of posts out about it. So just give us a couple of moments on your live event that you're doing. I'm sure lots of people would want to know a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. So, I live in New York and in the States, and every 3 months I host a live event and a 2-day event where people fly in. From there, we go through all the systems of building your online coaching business, focusing on your marketing systems, identifying your target market, going into sales, how to deliver it, and most importantly, what technologies to use. And the big thing is I do a lot of research on the latest trends and how the world is changing. So the seminar allows me to share with people how the world is going to be over the next year or two so they could best prepare for that. And this is something that really I love with all my heart. I'm like giddy. The week before the seminar, I get so excited, every single day after the seminar, just because I'm an introvert. I have an online business. I'm working from home all the time. So I actually leave my house, go and hang out with people, like-minded people. I have a lot of great speakers coming in. Actually, a bunch of people from the UK and Australia are flying as well. And this is just something that I'm just really grateful about. And if you're ever in New York or in the States, you want to come to one of my live events, I'd be more than happy to have you and host you here. Oh, see a little freezing here.
Oh, we back.
Back on track.
Dude, apologies. We have a company called Virgin over here, and their Wi-Fi in London likes to play up a little bit. So just, do you mind just rewinding that last little bit? You were saying about putting the technology in place, so we understand what's coming out over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick up from there?
Yeah, absolutely. So every 3 months, I host a live seminar here in New York. And pretty much it's a 2-day event where we go deep into the systems of building your online coaching business, finding your superpower, your target market, setting up your marketing system, sales process, how to deliver with technology. And the cool thing is that I always have guests over. I have 6- and 7-figure online coaches who are literally sharing what they did. There's a lot of people in the room that are fully online, and they're just giving. So this is something that I just love doing because, there's no specific event on online personal training that occurs every 3 months. So it's always bringing the best of the best together to share, to learn. And most importantly, I give people an immersion process where in 2 days, we're going to start to develop all of your systems. So you fly in, fly out, and you get a better grasp on what to do, And I also would love to have you at my next seminar, Tim, because, I just want to acknowledge who you are to me as a friend. You are an awesome person. You're a person who always gives. I love your content. And I will never forget the first time we connected, you sent me a gift shortly after.
You got that.
Whoa, this guy is like super cool. He actually sent me a gift from the UK to New York, and I'll never forget that. So I want to acknowledge you for your friendship and a person who I truly admire in this marketplace.
Awesome, man. I'd love to take you up on that. Yeah, man. We'll do it.
Yeah, you got to hear it live. So listen, April 2018 is actually my next seminar. Tim's going to be one of the speakers, and everyone that's listening, if you want to come as a VIP guest, email me, and I'll give you all the info.
Awesome, man. I'm pumped. I like that. Man. Do you know, I'll share quickly if it's okay. I know it's your gig. Like you were saying about that, I wouldn't have got up on stage 3 years ago. Like I just would not have been able to do it. So I'm really, I'd be really excited. I actually really enjoy doing it now, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Like
keynote speaker, Tim Drummond, baby.
My mouth in front of people. I went and wrote a book. When you write a book, you have to kind of actually say some shit when you're launching it. So that would be awesome, man. How would someone find out about that? That we're talking about now. Can we get a link in the comments as well, just so people can find out a bit more about that if they're interested in? Is there tickets left? I think there's a few, right?
Yeah. We actually have 3 tickets left. We're almost sold out, and like I said, I will put the link in the comments. It's pretty much the same link for everything. Online Super Coach. That's like my main hub. That's a 5-day challenge. My different webinars. My podcast is called the $1 Million Online Fitness Coach Podcast. And of course, a seminar. You'll see the live event schedule on there.
Awesome. Man, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to get some people saying thank you. I'm just going to have to bring my phone back up now because this technology stuff. I'm sure they're going to give some big up. I'll see if anyone's got any last moment questions, because I know that we're not going to keep you too long. If I can bloody get on my phone. I want to make sure that everyone says some thank you. I'll pass them on. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Awesome, AJ. Thanks, Tim and AJ. What's up, Drumondo? Someone's saying, when and how do we start there? I'm assuming kind of about the challenge, so I'll make sure that gets put up. We're just getting lots of thank yous.
Thank you for taking the time to be here with us. It means a lot.
And awesome, man. We'll speak soon as well, dude.
Yeah, look forward to it, Tim. You are the man. I appreciate your friendship and what you're doing in the marketplace. Like I said, you are having a massive impact. And I will say on camera that I have a man crush on you. So
likewise, dude. Likewise. You're going to get me tomorrow morning standing in front of the mirror. I'm the best coach in the world.
Listen, man, I still do it till this day. Success leaves clues, man. Do whatever it takes.
Awesome, man. Look, thank you very much again. We'll speak soon, AJ.
Peace.
Take care, man.